Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. With that out of the way, we got a new update for Dead or Alive 6 Last Round, some patches, a new costume, and we got an official response from one of the devs over on the X account for Dead or Alive 6 Last Round regarding the current status of the game. So we'll check that out too. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to today's news because there's quite a few things to talk about. Okay, so first things first, over on the PlayStation version of the game, because that's where I ended up buying it, these are the new costumes for Ayane, and well, yeah, it looks like we're going backwards and not forwards as far as like the costume designs and stuff. I feel like if this was like in a bunch of other different style of costumes or outfits, I think it'd be fine. I do think it's kind of cool, but again, it doesn't fit the character. She's a super ninja, and this is like, I don't know, like what? Who's making these costumes? I think they're just like randomly making costumes, trying to keep the game in the conversation, and that's it. But anyway, so here's the new costume in question. Like I said, I think it's cool. It's unique. It's original. But who are they catering to? Because this definitely isn't catering to the Dead or Alive fan. This is catering to like literally fans that don't really play the game or outside looking in, like, oh, that's cool. I'll go buy the game because of this costume. I don't know, like, dude, I don't know. What are we doing here? But again, it looks pretty cool. It's just, it's Dead or Alive, man. It's Dead or Alive. This doesn't, that's not Dead or Alive. What are we doing here? Oi. Anyway, now let's go on to the patch notes and a better look at this costume because it has like the full thing in the picture. Anyway, let's go check it out. Alright, so here we are over on their website, and here are the new patch notes for patch 1.05. It says added Ayane remaining shadow for costumes, fixed a number of bugs related to battle mechanics. For more, click here, boom, or click in here. Alright, so here's what looks like what they fixed. It says Dead or Alive 6 Last Round version 1.5 battle related bug fixes. Let's see, punch, kick, hold, special. Looks like they fixed a bug right here. Fixed a bug for Christy where tracking was set incorrectly. Elliot, there's a bunch of stuff they fixed for Elliot. Hitomi, K when landing after jump over obstacle, fixed a bug where the tracking was set incorrectly. Kokoro, 9P plus K, fixed a, punch and kick. Fixed a bug where back hits would not trigger at a fatal stun. How do you release a fighting game with all these bugs in it? That's crazy, and it's already been out, so at least they're addressing it. I'll give them that. Mila and Zack. So all these characters had some of their moves fixed or tweaked so that they actually do what they're supposed to. It's just baffling to me that this made it into the game. It's like, how, I mean, okay. Anyway, so that sucks, but hey, at least they fixed it. At least they fixed it. So they are continuously fixing and working on the game. They haven't abandoned it. Despite how things kind of feel kind of dire right now, but this is good news. They're fixing and tweaking the game, getting it to where it needs to be. So yeah. Alright, back over to the DLC roadmap. They don't have something set up for next week. Usually when they do an update, they have something for the next week. So it looks like July is complete, and this is probably their first test because we just got a ton of new costumes for about 5 characters. I had to count here for a second. So we got a bunch of new costumes for about 5 characters, and, well, I don't know if they're going to continue this trend. Maybe this is a test, this is what they committed to, and who knows, maybe it'll take a month to get the next costume, or maybe these aren't selling at all, and they're not going to make any more for a while. So I'm very curious what they're going to do going forward. Maybe they're going to change direction and start making, like, different costumes in bundles like they used to do for... You get a bunch of costumes for 12, 24 different characters, and it would be like 10, 12, maybe $20. It's like $20 for 4 costumes, the same costume for 1 character. Pricing's a little weird, I want to say. But anyway, so hopefully they keep the trend going, but for now, this is it. Ayane is the last one for this month. Like I said, we got a new costume for Marie Rose at the beginning of the month, then Kasumi, Nico, Tamaki, Ayane. I think Kasumi and Tamaki's costumes are the best ones. The rest were kind of like, what are we doing here? But hopefully going forward, they listen to the fan feedback and they really start doing like the cool things, like the Halloween costumes and the fan servicey stuff. Like stuff like that is what's going to help this game make money for the next game, because this current setup, the current things they're doing is just not going to work. Like, I don't care how diehard of a fan you are, unless you're buying these costumes on every version of the game, on every platform, I don't think it's going to make a dent in their bottom line for really helping Dead or Alive 7. Anyway, that's just me. Now over on X, they posted this like a week ago, and I never got around to making a video on it because I wanted to include it in one of these videos, so I'm going to include it in this video. It says, "Thank you for playing Dead or Alive 6 last round. We have received numerous opinions regarding the game content and reports of issues from all of you, and we are reviewing the details and proceeding with countermeasures. Currently, we are working on fixes for issues related to battles, which we just saw in the update, and following the update scheduled for 7:30, we will roll them out sequentially. Okay. Regarding the details, we will post them on the official page as countermeasures are implemented. We look forward to your continued support for Dead or Alive 6 last round." And if you look at some of these responses, it's people complaining about the fan service aspect of it. It's people complaining about how they feel like we're being laughed at, being fans of the franchise because of how they're doing the content rollout and how little they've done for this game. People complaining about characters not returning yet or looking like they're supposed to. It's just there's a lot of the fan base is really down right now because of how piss poor of a re-release this was. Like, they literally added one new thing and a shiny coat of paint for this version of the game. They didn't really go the extra mile and add in tag team battles or rollback netcode or crossplay. I feel like crossplay should have been like the absolute number one thing they should have added, because then you have a huge player base from all platforms playing together. I don't know why they didn't get that in. I can understand rollback netcode because you have to build that from the ground up at the very beginning, but when it comes to crossplay, I mean, if you buy this, most of the players are going to buy it on PlayStation because it has the biggest install base. If you're playing on Xbox, there's probably nobody to play with. Like, I can almost guarantee you most people bought this on PlayStation or PC. And the PC player base and the Xbox player base, I've seen multiple users posting pictures of nobody to play with, like a week after launch. So that's very sad. If you had crossplay, you could have had a huge player base, keep the online alive for a long time. I don't know why they didn't do that. Anyway, so there's that. And I'm very shocked and surprised that this didn't get a Switch 2 release. I feel like because the Switch 2 is so popular in Japan, I was almost certain it was going to get a Switch 2 release. Maybe that's next year. Maybe they're going to just make Dead or Alive 7 on the Switch 2. I mean, the Switch 2 is literally the major console for Japan. It's like the biggest console over there, and it's selling like hotcakes. It's kind of baffling to me that a major Japanese franchise like Dead or Alive wouldn't be launching on the number one console in Japan, the Switch 2. I have a feeling they could get it to work on there. Obviously, it'd be a little jank or a little less visually stunning like it is on the consoles, like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and PC, but they've getting all these other games working on there just fine, and they look great. I could see them getting it done. Maybe there's something on the back end. Maybe the engine doesn't work right on the Switch 2, but there's got to be some way to get that game on the Switch 2, because getting it on the Switch 2 would really help with the sales of this game, and you're introducing the Dead or Alive franchise to a whole new audience. Because the last Dead or Alive game, I think, on a Nintendo platform was on the 3DS. I can't remember the name of it. It's like 3D Dimension or something. Dead or Alive 2 Dimension or 3 Dimension? I can't remember what the name was, but you know what I'm talking about. That was the last Dead or Alive game, if my memory serves me well, to hit a Nintendo platform. And I feel like if they could get this one, Dead or Alive 6 last round, on the Switch 2 before Dead or Alive 7 comes out, I feel like they could really gather a huge new player base. And with the launch of that, they should also absolutely get crossplay working. There should be a way to get crossplay working immediately to really break down the barriers and get a huge player base across all platforms. That would really help the online, in my opinion. Now, going forward for the costumes, well, I would have to say that they really need to do some really cool things. Get people in the door. Like, if someone shop in the eShop or the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, or the Steam Store, and they see this awesome, cool Halloween costume or this cool fan servicey costume, they're going to be like, oh, wow, what game is that? And they'll probably go check it out and be like, oh, this is awesome. Anyway, how do you feel about this? Sound off the comments below. And as always, stay frosty.